Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode in Specs Tech, delayed tablet week edition. Um, this is the only device I have of its kind. This is a Windows tablet, and don't mind the cat. I would show the screen, but it's very reflective, so I'm going to turn it on, and then I'll show you guys this tablet. I purchased this sucker on eBay for about $30. This is actually the third one I got. The first one had a BIOS error, and then boot, and then the second one I got worked fine, but I explicitly updated the BIOS because the Windows Update on here told me to. Then I had no sound, and I couldn't find a download to revert it, so I returned that one, and now I have this one. This is a Toshiba WT8-B, running an Intel Inside something. This is running Windows 8, like, not Windows NT or whatever it's called. No, it's just straight up running Windows 8. I'm going to make sure I don't have anything crazy on here. No, not really. Obviously, I'm rocking a Trixie background on here. The best pony. I don't really have any games on here to really show off, but when I was using this thing, which I really don't use it anymore, it's not even connected to my Wi-Fi, it didn't really run games that well. I managed to play some Smash Flash 2 on here. I was alright. I did try Minecraft a while ago, but it doesn't really run that well. The reason I don't use this is because the I.O. in here is terrible. Like, this is clearly meant for, like, somebody... This is clearly meant to be a companion device for somebody. The only I.O. you get is the charger. That's it. You get the I.O., you get that and an SD card slot. That's all you get. No SIM card, no USB port, nothing. So you have to get an OTG cable, and you can't use anything while it's charging. So, that's fun. This thing only has, I believe it only has 32 gigabytes of storage on it, which is, okay, yeah, it only has 25 gigabytes of usable storage, which is insane. You can't put an SD card in here. I didn't even know there was one in here. There definitely is. Huh. Didn't even know that. Let me see if there's anything on it real quick. Nope. Just a 4 gigabyte card I had laying around. So that's the only way of expansion. I did get Steam on here before, but not really. I think I uninstalled it because it just took up too much space. But, I mean, obviously you can, like, go on the browser or whatever, but I don't have my internet. Let me see if I can get the task manager up, so we can look at what this thing's running, how many gigs of RAM it has and all that, off of something. So it's running at 1.33 gigahertz. That's maximum speed. You can overclock up to 2 gigahertz. It's got a whopping 2 gigs of DDR3 RAM, which is 1 gig taken up by the system. You only got 29 gigs of eMMC storage usable. Then you have SD card. I don't know why it says Ethernet. There is no Ethernet port on here. I guess you can plug in a USB one. Hello Kitty Cat, you're more interesting than this tablet. It has multi-touch support for zooming in and all that jazz, but there's really not that much interesting on here. I don't really use this thing. It's just, I wanted a Windows tablet and this thing was cheap, and now these things sell for like $50, which, $30 is the perfect price for this stuff. Windows 8, you can definitely use this as like a light email or YouTube watcher. The volume on here, from what I remember, does get decently loud, I believe. This thing, if you buy one of these, which I highly don't recommend, do not update the BIOS. You will lose all sound permanently, even for headphone jacks. So yeah, that's quite the good downside. I'm not sure if you can install Linux on here or not, but I wouldn't really recommend Linux without a tablet. This thing does have Bluetooth, so you can hook up a Bluetooth keyboard, which I would definitely recommend. Otherwise, you get this on-screen keyboard, which is functionable. I mean, you could change this to a smaller one, but I still would recommend this. It's a decent tablet, I guess, but it's just not that good. And it's running Windows 8, so this thing is going to go back in the drawer where it belongs. I don't even think you can run Windows 10 on here. I think you might be able to, but I wouldn't recommend it. You only get 2 gigs of RAM, okay? You're not going to be able to run Windows 10. Maybe something like Tiny 11 or Tiny Windows 10 might be able to work, but I highly doubt it. I'm going to give this thing a D. It's near useless. I'm not going to even bother talking about the camera, because who the hell uses tablet cameras? Like, really? I mean, I guess this thing you can use for Skype or Discord or Zoom or whatever, but yeah. I'm gonna give this thing a D. No I/O is annoying. No upgrade options. You can't even easily get into this thing. The only upgrade the thing you get is an SD card. Upgrade the pitiful storage amount, and really not that much to it. So I'm gonna give this thing a D. I kind of regret buying it. I bought a device I'm gonna be doing a video on soon, which is a refurbished Kindle Fire from 2021 that outclasses this in every way, even though it has not the same amount of I/O, but it's just inherently more useful and everything. But yeah, this thing gets a D.